Hey everybody, Justin here with Wandering Mind Spirits. So obviously it's been a tough year and times are still tough. You can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, and I've struggled with that because I really enjoy going anywhere and doing anything. Like most people, it started to wear on me a bit, but then the other day I remembered an old adage. It goes something like, why dwell in the present when you can live in the past? Something like that. Anyway, it gave me an idea for something that I'm calling the Wanderer series. Each of these will focus on a trip I've taken in the past, and then I'll show you how to make a hibiscus version of a cocktail I had on that trip. And the first location is... Belize! Unfortunately, I'm in my basement right now, and it's not very Belize-like. Hang on. Much better. Oh, wait. There we go. So I absolutely loved Belize. This is one of my all-time favorite trips. It's just such a beautiful country. The people are welcoming, the scenery is spectacular, the food is amazing, and they know how to make a drink as well. I did so many things on this trip I had never done before, like staying in a jungle, snorkeling with sharks, tubing in a river inside of a cave in total darkness, eating termites, they are actually minty, and driving a golf cart as a primary mode of transportation. So we actually split this trip into two parts. So for the first half we actually stayed in the jungle at a place called the Sleeping Giant Resort. This resort looks over the Sleeping Giant Mountain, which you can see right here. It's also right next to a citrus grove that you could take bikes to and pick fruit from, and a river that you could paddleboard or kayak on. And our room was insane. We had a jacuzzi, a hammock, a pool that of course lit up and changed colors that night, and they even let old Forehead behind the stick to make some spicy pineapple daiquiri shots for some new guests on our last night. We also took several excursions from the resort, one of which was to the Mayan ruins of Chinantunich, which is on the border of Guatemala. From here we also did the cave river tubing, which was just an incredibly unique experience. The jungle was just incredible, and the resort was really the best hotel experience we've ever had, so we were definitely sad to leave, but we decided to do a little more relaxation on the second half of our trip, which took us to San Pedro. Now San Pedro is a town on the Ambergris Key, which is the largest island in Belize. Now the resort area where we stayed is about a 10-minute drive from the downtown area. By golf cart. And I found out that yes, you can lock a golf cart. There aren't many cars on the island, and the ones that are there are definitely not for tourists, so this was our mode of transportation everywhere we went, which actually was kind of great. You could even take a break halfway into town at the truck stop, where you could get a drink and some food, and they also did movie nights once the sun went down. Then you have the chicken drop in downtown San Pedro, which has become very famous. This is where you buy a number and then cross your fingers and wait for a chicken to poop on it. Then you win. Yep. While we were on the island, we went snorkeling for the first time, which was just incredible. I got to pet a nurse shark's belly and swim with manta rays, and I was about 10 feet away from a moray eel, which is kind of creepy. That in itself was an interesting experience because we had to stop the boat on the way to get gas and then to get some shark bait. Belize was just an unbelievably wonderful place, and I really can't wait to go back once it's safe to do so. In the meantime, let's make a cocktail. Now while I was in Belize, I had quite a few daiquiris in all different kinds of the classic variety, watermelon, soursop, etc. But today we're going to make a hibiscus daiquiri. Now the daiquiri is a classic 2-1-1 cocktail. This means that it's 2 parts rum, 1 part lime, and 1 part sugar. Now we're splitting the rum with hibiscus liqueur, and we don't want the cocktail to be too sweet, so we're going to halve the sugar. So we're really left with a 1-1-1 half cocktail. So let's get started. I'm just going to rinse my tins real quick. That's right. Thanks to a friend of mine, the Wandering Mind Spirits bar has a glass rinser now. Alright, so first, we're going to need 1 ounce of Wandering Mind Spirits hibiscus liqueur. Now for the rum, I actually came across this. It's Kopali barrel rested rum. They seem really interesting. They have a farm right in the heart of the jungle in southern Belize where they grow their sugarcane, which is organic, and they're powered by sustainable energy, which is great, and everything is grown and distilled right on the farm. So if you get a chance, definitely try it out. It makes a great daiquiri. So we're going to do 1 ounce of that in here. And now we need our lime juice. Now, I always write fresh lime juice in my recipes, but I've never really explained it. Use this, and not this. I get it, these are convenient, they're cheap, they're in the shape of the thing that's in them, and that's cool, I guess. but this will destroy your cocktail. It is so harsh, it's so acidic, and it completely overpowers the drink. If you don't believe me, take a sip of fresh lime juice and a sip of this and tell me which one tastes better. Now to juice fresh lime, I just use one of these. Really simple. It works better if you have a kind of a softer, older lime, and you can roll it out a little bit on your bar. A half a lime will probably do, but I might have 2. So now we need 1 ounce of our fresh lime juice. I have it, so I'm curious. Let's do a little comparison. I love lime juice. It may be too tart for some people, but I can drink that straight. This, however, ugh. This is horrifying. Ugh. Don't use these. And finally, we'll need some simple syrup. Now, simple syrup is as easy as it sounds. It's just 1 part water, 1 part sugar. So you can just put it in a small saucepan, medium-high heat, and just stir until the sugar is completely dissolved. We'll do a half an ounce of our simple syrup. Now we just need to give it a scoop of ice and a shake. Then we're going to grab our coupe glass and pour it out. And we'll garnish it with a little lime bug, just like the Belizeans do. So there's your hibiscus daiquiri. Thank you for taking this trip down memory lane with me. It's the only trip I've been on in over a year. And if you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. And I look forward to sharing another trip with you soon. Cheers. One quick thing before we go. Obviously, Belize left an impression on me, and with everything going on in the world, I just kind of wanted to give back in some way. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, tourism has skyrocketed in Belize in the past couple of years. In 2019, the total contribution of both direct and indirect effects of tourism accounted for 41.3% of their GDP and 37.3% of their workforce. So I can only imagine they're struggling as we work to get through this pandemic. So I did some research, and I found an organization named Global Giving. They feature charitable projects that you can donate to, and you can search by location. Belize currently has 8 projects being featured on the website, and since it was recently International Women's Day, I decided to donate to Girls Rising. Unfortunately, many young women in Belize don't finish or even enroll in high school. Girls Rising serves as a safe space for young Belizean women to discuss issues, draw inspiration from strong female role models, and feel empowered to complete high school and seek non-traditional opportunities. If you're interested in donating to Girls Rising or any of the other Belizean projects, I'll include a link in the description. Global Giving is also matching donations to Girls Rising for International Women's Week. However, that unfortunately ends Friday, March 12th, which is tomorrow. So if you are interested in helping, doing so by then will be the most beneficial. Global Giving also has a near-perfect rating on Charity Navigator, so you can donate with confidence. So please check it out if you're able. Again, the link with all the information will be in the description, and hopefully we can do some good. Thank you for listening.